Well, I mean, I know you've seen St. Joseph's offense. I mean, is there still that sense that El Toro might be faster, or are they still kind of equivalent to the Knights?
You know, I think that just a little bit more efficient. You know, I mean, their quarterback is. I mean, he can get outside the pocket, but he does a good job of staying in, buying time in the pocket, and he's super accurate. They got 4, receivers that are in double-digit receptions, and they do just enough in the run game to keep you honest. I think, I mean, we can't drop 11, you know. We got to make sure that we have enough guys in the box to take care of the run game. They have 2 guys that have rushed for, almost 600 yards. So they got 2 efficient running backs, a super accurate quarterback, and I mean, they torched Villa Park while having some turnovers, so they were able to win after turning the ball over, 4 times. So I mean, so they're efficient, and defensively they mix up their fronts. They do a lot of different things. They don't just stay in one base defense, and so I mean, we're gonna have our hands full, obviously. And
so it's an exotic defense, you would say.
Yeah, I mean, they're sometimes they're in an even front, sometimes they're in an odd front. Sometimes they got 9 in the box, and sometimes they're dropping 8 guys. So still trying to get a read on them. But I think we've had a good week so far of preparation. Our guys, know what's at stake. I think what I keep telling them is just, last time we made a long trip down in the Orange County, I just didn't like the professionalism. It was just a long bus ride, and we got to treat it more like a business trip this time. You don't want to have a long sour taste in your mouth. The guys know what's at stake, obviously it's a huge game. Obviously being in Division III, you're talking about the top 40 teams, in SoCal, and each round gets harder and harder. And I think Camarillo was a good preparation for us for this game, and I think our guys will be ready.
Now, something that happened in Fresno, but it does have an effect recruiting-wise in high school football. Tony Perry passing away. I mean, you did meet Tony Perry briefly, so just can you kind of share your experiences with Tony? Yeah,
I mean, Tony, just the 3 times that I've been around him, just super charismatic, nice guy. Just extremely sad. I was in Seattle with him a couple of times at some camps, and then I've seen him down at USC as well. I think everybody's just kind of shocked, and it's just
Did he kind of gleam at the Lompoc talent? Did he kind of say?
Yeah, he was always he was really high on Levon. I mean, I remember I think at the time Levon, we were at a restaurant. Levon, one of his guys, a few other guys committed on the same day, so we were all in the same restaurant eating and having a good time. Just a handful of times I've been around him, he just seemed like a great guy, a player's coach, and you obviously look at the production of what he's been able to do, not just with his players at his high school, but just how he gave back to all the camps, the 7-on-7s, everything he's been able to do. It's just super sad, and our thoughts and prayers are with him, his family, and Edison. And it's just got to be a tough time right now, especially towards the end of the season. And
they're still in the playoffs.
Yeah,
too.
And they're still in the playoffs, so I'm sure there'll be a little extra energy going to that game for those guys. And it's just it's a big fraternity, and it's just sad, and nothing's guaranteed in life, and we wish his family and his team all the best.
Well, it's been 3 days. What have you learned so far about El Toro and that offense as well?
They got a couple good receivers, like to throw deep. The running game's not bad, but I think our defense is strong enough to hold that.
Andrew Jones seems to think that looking at El Toro, it's kind of like looking at St. Joseph. Do you kind of get that vibe as well?
Yeah, I mean, their O-line's decent. Same with St. Joe's. They got a couple good receivers. The quarterback decent, can move around in the pocket, so they match up pretty evenly.
How do you think like playing against guys like Dustin Gregg, Dino Maldonado has helped this team prepare for a guy like Cooper Jones?
It just gave us a good look to see what was coming down the road. Gave us a see what other players are going to be like down the road. Give us a good look in the league.
I know it was a year ago, but how often do you guys still say the words Corona Del Mar in finishing?
There's a good example. Last game, the scoreboard finally hit 28-10, and we kind of made it a point to get those points off the board because we didn't want to see it anymore.
Right. All right, thanks, Jimmy. Well, Ruben, I mean, it's been 3 days. What have you learned so far about El Toro, especially when you look at the offense that they have?
They're pass heavy. They like to fling the ball around, and we just got to do our assignments. Can't let them get the big plays. That's what they thrive on. I feel like is they thrive on those big plays, and we just got to eliminate the big plays, and we'll be fine.
You know, you guys go against obviously San Ynez, St. Joseph. How much do you think going against those two teams can help prepare you for this El Toro team, especially going against a pass-heavy team?
I feel like them and St. Joe's are really comparable. St. Joe's likes to throw the ball around a lot.
Right.
They got a decent run game as well. El Toro, they're just like St. Joe's, like to throw the ball around a lot, and they have an all-right run game.
Now, going back last week against Camarillo, I mean, it was tight in the first half, but then, like, just what were some of the adjustments that was able to get you guys to pull away right away?
Just buy into the plan that we set on Monday and keep on working at it, grind them out, and we just do Lompoc football, and we came out victorious.
1 year ago, the season ended in Orange County. How much do you guys want to change that and get a home game next week for Black Friday?
Oh, we want to change that a lot. On the football field, last game, we were saying finish.
Right.
That was the motto, and that's been the motto the whole year. Finish every game, finish every second of the play. Don't stop until you hear the whistle blow. Finish the runs, finish everything. We need to finish. And I feel like if we finish this week, we'll be just fine. We'll get a home game, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right, looking forward to your punt.